The Illinois Railway Museum is the largest railroad museum in the United States and is located in Union, Illinois, 55 miles northwest of Chicago. The museum is situated at 7000 Olson Road. The museum was granted its tax-exempt status in 1957, and its mission is to demonstrate the vital role railroads have played in the growth of the Chicago area as well as the United States as a whole. There are over 450 pieces of prototype equipment in its collection as well as numerous displays. Visitors may ride on some of the museum's electric, steam and diesel-powered trains from April through October. Overview. History. The museum was founded in 1953 by 10 individuals who joined together to purchase Indiana Railroad Interurban Car 65. Originally called the Illinois Electric Railway Museum, the name was changed to IRM in 1961 to reflect the museum's expanding scope. The museum was initially located on the grounds of the Chicago Hardware Foundry in North Chicago, Illinois. In 1964, the museum's entire collection was relocated to Union along the former right-of-way of the Elgin and Amp Belvedere Interurban. 2 years later, operations were begun using Illinois Terminal Interurban Car 415, and in 1967 the first steam engine was operated. The first storage barn was erected in 1971. In 1981, a 1-mile streetcar loop was constructed. A 4.6-mile railroad line was built during the 1980s and early 1990s. Operations. The museum's operations are primarily concentrated around its main campus just east of Union, Illinois. Train rides are offered on the main line as well as the streetcar loop. Electric trains are operated from April through October, and diesel and steam trains from the beginning of May through the end of September. Trolley bus operation occurs on the Saturdays of the Memorial Day, Independence Day and AMP Labor Day weekends, as well as on Bus Day, the first Saturday in October. IRM is one of only 2 railway museums in the country that operates both electric and diesel trains. It is the only museum that offers trolleybus rides. Equipment and structures. Physical plant. The Illinois Railway Museum has the most extensive physical plant of any rail museum in North America. The main campus is located at 42.2277778 degrees north, 88.527244 degrees west, 42.2277778 minus 88.527244. In addition to the museum's revenue trackage, the main campus in Union includes 11 equipment storage barns with a total of about 3 miles of track undercover, 2 additional garages housing trolley buses and motor buses, a dedicated steam restoration shop, an 1853 train depot, a complete Chicago Rapid Transit Company ground-level station, 4 streetcar stations of varying design, several restored and functional neon signs and concrete entablatures on display, an indoor dining facility built in 2003, the 130-foot turnable from the Union Pacific Railroad's Burnham shops. IRM also owns 2 off-site libraries, the Pullman Library in downtown Union and the Strayhorn Research Library in downtown Marengo. Notable equipment. Among the equipment preserved at IRM is Conrail GEE 33 No. 4601X, Penn Central GEE 33 No. 4601XX, Virginian GEE 33 No. 132, retired Metra F7 locomotive 308. One of only 2 North Shore Line Electroliner train sets built. Illinois Central Steam Locomotive 201 participated in the Wheels A Rolling pageant at the Chicago Railroad Fair in 1949. Nebraska Zephyr, St. Louis San Francisco Railway 2100 Decapod, Frisco 1630. Atchison, Topeka and Santa Fe Railway 484, Northern Steam Engine 2903, Norfolk and Western Railway 2882 Steam Locomotive 2050, in 1923 Alco Class Y3A, Milwaukee Road 484, Northern Engine number 265, Sister Engine to No. 261. Milwaukee Road 760, the first diesel locomotive built by Fairbanks Morse in the plant in Beloit, Wisconsin. Chicago Surface Lines 84, the oldest operational trolley bus in the world. Chicago and Northwestern Railway 1518, the first EMDGP-7 built. Chicago and Northwestern Railway 411, an EMDF-7. Chicago and Northwestern Railway 6847, an EMD-SD-40-2 restored from A. The first SD-40-2 donated to a museum. Her trunk Western Railroad Class U-3484-6323, the last GTW steam locomotive to run on GTW rails. Southern Pacific Railroad 1518, the first EMD-SD-7 built. Union Pacific Railroad 428, a 280 consolidation. Illinois Central 3719, the only surviving Illinois Central 260. Texas and AMP New Orleans, Southern Pacific 975, one of the two surviving Southern Pacific 2102s. Chicago, Burlington, and Quincy 504, one of the only two SD-24s in preservation. Pennsylvania Railroad 4927, a GG1, Chicago, South Shore, and AMP South Bend 803, a 2D plus D-2, Little Joe, the only operational Little Joe only run during special occasions. Union Pacific Railroad 6930, an EMDDDA40X. Union Pacific Railroad 18, an 8,500 horsepower gas turbine electric locomotive. Union Pacific 1848, a B40-8, the second -8 to be preserved. 2 New York City Transit Authority, IRT Division R28 series subway cars from 1960 S7926-7927, built by ACF. In the Berwick, PA plant, Minneapolis, Northfield and Southern 21, the final Baldwin DT, the 6th of June 2000 road switcher in existence. The museum's depot, built in 1851 for the Galena and Chicago Union Railroad, is the oldest train station west of the Appalachian Mountains in regular use. The museum also maintains an historical collection of 22 electric trolley buses from Chicago, Illinois, Dayton, Ohio, Cleveland, Ohio, Des Moines, Iowa, Vancouver, British Columbia, Edmonton, Alberta, Toronto, Ontario, Milwaukee, Wisconsin, San Francisco, California, Indianapolis, Indiana, and Seattle, Washington. Organization. The Illinois Railway Museum is an IRS Chapter 5013 non-profit corporation owned and managed by its membership. Museum management includes a board of directors, elected by the regular membership of approximately 160 active volunteers. A board president is elected by the directors. The board oversees the general manager, a volunteer who in turn has oversight over an array of department heads. Major departments include steam, diesel, electric car, passenger car, freight car, track and AMP, signal, buildings and AMP grounds, trolley bus, motor bus, and operations. Other departments oversee the museum's libraries, electrical infrastructure, and display and education functions. Most department heads are volunteers. All workers at the museum fall under the direct authority of one of the department heads. The vast majority of workers are volunteers. Anyone who is interested in trains or other collections aspects of the museum is actively encouraged to volunteer, with required training done by the museum. Use in film. Due to its proximity to Chicago and its extensive collection of historic railroad equipment, IRM has been used in several films. The most apparent may be in the 1992 film A League of Their Own, starring Tom Hanks, Gina Davis and Madonna. The museum's depot was used for several small-town depot scenes, and the Nebraska Zephyr and only surviving EMD-E5 were used for scenes of and on the train. IRM equipment was also seen in the movie Groundhog Day, which featured the museum's EMD-SD-24 diesel locomotive. Additionally, the museum's grounds and some of the passenger cars were used in the movie The Babe, starring John Goodman. In late 2005, the Burlington 9911A and several coaches operated to Chicago for filming in Flags of Our Fathers, a Clint Eastwood film. The initial sequence of the Express was shot at IRM. The most recent film, Transformers: Age of Extinction, starring Mark Wahlberg, released in 2014, made IRM the host of several scenes. Many television shows' railroad sequences have been shot at the IRM. Scenes depicting steam-era operations in the late 1920s were shot for the 1993 television series The Untouchables. The hit show Chicago Fire features the IRM on-site in the Season 2 episode No Regrets. Special events. The museum hosts a series of annual special events, of which the most popular is the Day Out with Thomas event in August. Other recurring events include Chicago Day in June, which commemorates the end of streetcar service in Chicago in 1958, the annual July 4th trolley pageant, Diesel Days in July, the Vintage Transportation Extravaganza on the first Sunday in August, Museum Showcase Weekend in September, Bus Day, the first Saturday of October, Terror on the Railroad Halloween event, and Happy Holiday Railway.